Hello, world. Welcome to the Spill Society. We're your hosts, Tatiana
and Bianca,
two eldest daughters in their 30s living our best sync lives and creating a new path on our way to rich auntie vibes. Hello, world.
Hi.
Welcome back. How you feeling, bae?
Better chatting with you.
I love when you flirt with me. Speaking of flirting, I have an update. No, I have an update immediately. Like, this is how I'm starting the pod today. I went to dinner last night with former guest of the pod, Aurelie, from the It Girl, Dating as an It Girl episode. And that's the energy she brought to dinner. So one of the servers, so cute. And I knew him from a previous job. And she just kept being like, he's so cute, like, do something about it. And you know me. I was like, I have a Venus and Leo. If they're not obsessed with me, if he's not literally pushing babies out of the way to get to me, I don't want to talk to him. And she was like, you're an idiot. I don't like it. And I was like, fine, I will try your method. And she was like, you're going to leave him as your number. So she asked our server for like a piece of paper with our bill. And I know his name. So I put his name and I put my number and my name. And I was like, text me. And we already follow each other on Instagram. I didn't get a text. But I did leave edibles on the table. Can I say this on a podcast?
Did you get a DM?
No, I DM'd him. I was like, hello? I was like, did you get the goodies that I left on the table? Because they're very strong. And I was like, afraid. Because I told them before I left, I'm going to leave these on the table, but you guys should only eat half. Like, make sure my server knows I didn't see her before I left. I had messages to get to people. I wanted to make sure they got to the people. So I sent the DM, did you get the goodies? And he was like, yeah. And they were crazy. Like, it was so long. It took so long for me to close. And I was like, no wonder you didn't text me. He didn't really respond to that part. And so we're never speaking again. Right. But I did leave my number for a waiter at a table because it's 2026.
Why not?
And I'm tired of not living a life and only thinking about living a life. That's going to be the new title of my memoir.
What is that whole thing?
Because first she flirts, and then she bullies. And then it's like, first they're sweet, and then they're sour. Yeah, that's actually a concept I've been thinking about this week, but we'll talk about it later.
Your memoir?
No, just living life. Instead of like living in my head, making mistakes, taking risks. I'm like, I need to live so I have something to put in the memoir. Or else my memoir is going to be like, I thought about doing this thing, and then I got scared. You know? But you're a Sagittarius, so you don't know.
Not really.
Yeah.
But I understand now. I get scared.
But you still do the thing.
Most of the time. Not all the time.
I'm like, I feel like I have been stuck, paralyzed by the thought of how things are going to go. Thinking 10 steps ahead, anxieties, thinking about the future, not knowing, obviously trying to predict it. And I've been living in that. And so, you know what I said today?
What'd you say?
I'm like, not to make this all about me, I literally said for the last couple of days, my inner spring has sprung. I am a fixed sign. Spring, official, like the astrological new year starts in 2 days. And I have been feeling like I'm thawing out. I'm coming out of winter. This week, I had energy. I made plans. I went to dinners. I'm texting the people back. Okay? I was on. And I felt like all of those fears and stuff that I was in my head swimming with or spiraling about, like, was melting as well, where I was just like, who cares? Life is to be lived. I hated feeling the opposite.
What phase of your cycle are you in?
Also, 2 weeks ago, you were like, when's the last time you had therapy? Like, what's up? Like, are we beefing? I am ovulating.
Well, that's what I was asking, because I'm like, so you're being productive the 1 week out of the month.
You're leaving your number at tables. I'm simply ovulating.
Right. You're at your most productive week.
You always bring me down to earth. And we're here. Anyway, back to my update. Other than I finally went back to therapy this week. And my routines. So I feel like I've taken my meds.
Okay,
you know?
Good.
Yeah.
So you have a routine? What's your routine?
Well, I'm back to waking up and moving the body immediately. Like,
true.
actually working out, actually, like, doing my journaling, doing my meditating, my jams, journaling, affirmation, meditation, and silence after
Oh,
my
cute.
workout. My
Love that
therapist.
acronym.
No, my therapist. She's incredible. But she is often, I wanted to count it in all of our therapy sessions. I wish I had recordings, how many times she's been like, stay consistent because I am off my rocker when I'm not on my routine. I'm then in that spiral of I'm not doing enough, I'm not enough, I don't work hard enough. But it's like, to your point last episode, which genuinely inspired me. You just
What
being
was my
like,
point?
you being like, I have figured out what I need to do to feel good. I stick to what I need to do to feel good because I know what the opposite feels like. I am aware of that, but it's like I forget, So going back to it this week, like I really felt like you had it all together after last episode, and I wanted to apply
Amazing.
some of those things. Yeah. And I was like, just deal with it, because we were talking about like that inner voice that I have that's like, I just want to do what I want. That's a child. And you were like, yeah, I have it, but I know what it feels like to feed that. And it really resonated with me. So I went back to routine, and I could feel the immediate difference of just being a little bit more disciplined, just a little, to also fuck off and not feel bad about it.
Right. That's the balance.
Balance. I'm like living on extremes. We're coming back to balance. Inner spring has sprung. Life is to be lived. Boys aren't texting me. Like, it's fine. Everything's
I only operate at extremes. It's a problem.
I feel the
But
same. But then it's nice to find this balance after
good.
torturing myself.
I'm glad you think I had it all together because I don't. I
I
definitely have
genuinely feel that way.
dropped a lot of my routine elements, but when it comes to like going out, I like genuinely don't have FOMO.
Yeah. I'm I wanted to say I'm there. Getting there. Getting there. But my FOMO is like it varies. It absolutely varies. I could see someone on a trip, and it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. That's not what we're here today for. But I do have a question for you, and I don't know if this is the time, but here we are.
Okay.
What is your relationship with delayed gratification?
I hate it.
But do you abide by it?
What do you mean
Basically,
by honor it?
like, I'm someone who has zero relationship with delayed gratification. If I want it, I get it.
So what do you mean zero? That is a relationship. It's just not.
A good one. But I just lied. I just lied because earlier I was like, I'm too afraid to do things. So obviously that's not. Maybe they're
I don't
different.
really
Anyway,
understand this question.
okay. I saw something about raising kids to understand the importance of delayed gratification. You can't get everything you want immediately when you want it.
Immediately.
You can't do everything you want when you want to. Understanding that. And as an adult, obviously, there's a bunch of things in life that you can't have immediately, you can't do immediately. But on the surface, if I want to eat something, I'm going to do it now. I'm not thinking, but I'm building a summer body. Or I'm not thinking past this moment too much. I think it's a trauma response, but my relationship with delayed gratification is pretty much null and void. If I want to buy it, if I want to see it, if I want to do it, if I want to go, if I want to say the thing, if I want to talk to the person, and it's going to make me feel good, and I think it's going to make me feel good, there's an emotional attachment to it, I'm going to move forward and do it. I'm not thinking too much past that moment. Whereas I know there is a relationship with delayed gratification where you're considering a lot more. A lot more goes in, it's more of an informed thought. Yeah, I want this thing, but X, Y, and Z. Now, right before asking the question, I did say in my head, Bianca, you are supreme adult. So I'm like, Bianca has a good relationship with delayed gratification. You know what I mean? She's
Yeah.
gonna want the bagel. She's not gonna eat the bagel because she's thinking about the Hamptons. That's what I'm thinking.
No, today I actually was met with this dilemma, and this is how easily I'm peer pressured. I went to my friend at the office. She like understands. Basically, there's this Buck Mason has a coffee shop, and also within the coffee shop, they serve these wonderful vanilla cream donuts. I don't know where it's from. I forgot to ask, but I love their donuts and their coffee, but separate. So I go to LA next week. And so I went to Chris, honestly knowing what she was probably going to say, but whatever. And I was like, I'm not going to have it for like a week. Do I go and have them today? Or do I treat myself when I get back?
Right.
And just, be proud of myself that I waited.
That is delayed gratification. Yes. Okay. What did you choose?
And she goes, do both. And so that's exactly
because life is to be lived and it's short and it's not promised.
I will say on my whole walk there, I was like, I'm kind of not even feeling it, but I got it. Mm-hmm. And it was actually the worst one that I had gotten. And I was like, wow, I knew I shouldn't have gotten it. So whatever, that was maybe karma being like, you knew you shouldn't have. Mm. But I don't love delaying gratification. Since I have known that I don't have to delay it, I don't choose that option. Mm-hmm. It's not a good quality to have because I think that there is something to... Most things do have a delayed gratification. Like that is just growth in general, right? Is building blocks. And I think that I need it now kind of mentality is normal for now just because of the way everyone consumes everything.
Very true.
That it's become normalized of having that immediate gratification, immediate impulse, immediate everything at your fingertips. But I think it's also stopped me from doing some things because I don't see the results immediately, or I don't have that I'm already there, or like this thing has already, whatever the end result is that I'm looking for and that gratification of it, if it doesn't happen quickly, I'm turned off to it. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Not because I don't know it can happen, but because I want it now.
I want it now. So that's something I mentioned in our last episode, like a temper tantrum. And my therapist, I was talking to her about it this week. And she showed me a Disney Pixar short. And it's called 20 something. And it was this girl celebrating her 21st birthday. But the animation was, when kids sit on top of each other's shoulders and they put on a trench coat and they pretend to be adults. So it was her 16-year-old self, her 10-year-old self, and her like baby self. And they all make up her 21-year-old self. And so she's in the club and different ages of her keep coming up to the surface to handle different situations. So a guy that she thinks is cute, the 16-year-old self is like jumping to get in the front. And she's just like Googling at him, but like not speaking and kind of just excited. You can see that excitement of the child. Then something didn't go her way. The baby came up. The overthinker, the anxious, I'm not enough. Oh my God, what am I doing here? That was the 10-year-old. I sobbed. And I was like, this is how I feel on a consistent basis. And I thought it was just a combination of trauma and immaturity and me not being enough of an adult and whatever. Sure. But that helped me realize like there are so many different versions of us still within us. It is a world within us. It is a universe within us. And if you can define that in a way, being like, she always says it, like, who is speaking right now? My therapist. She'll be like, ask yourself, who's speaking? And I never actually take it that far, So now with the delayed gratification, watching that, I was like, that's just my 10-year-old self being like, I want it now. Or my toddler self being like, I want it now. And if I can define it, see it, speak to it, then maybe I can move past it. So I saw something recently speaking to this where they were like, if you're able to define it, put them in the back seat. So say you're driving and you have the toddler version of yourself in the back seat. You, your adult self, are driving, but you're giving attention to the child in the back seat. You're talking, you're trying to figure out the root of the issue. You're trying to figure out what the real want or desire is. And then you can speak to, well, it can't happen right now because of X, Y, and Z. But your most present conscious brain is at the forefront.
Okay.
Anyway.
What do you mean? I'm listening.
No, no, no. I know you're listening. I don't know how to conclude. I'm like, these are all the things that I've learned, and these are all the things that I am deciding to put into practice because I think, like I was saying before, the fear debilitating, the battling, the Gemini rising, I'm sorry, like I
Oh,
feel like
rising.
7 different people, okay? And those are just all the different versions of myself, like fighting to get to the front. It's very United States of Tara without the DID. Do you know that show? No.
It sounds familiar.
Where it's oh, I forget the actress's name. She's the main actress in Hereditary, the mom in Hereditary, and she has 7 personalities. And the show, she plays 7 different people, basically.
Okay.
But that's how it feels, where I'm like, who is this? That's speaking in my brain right now. Sometimes it's a Haitian aunt that's like focused on shame. Sometimes it's a child that wants whatever they want. Sometimes it's a horny 16-year-old teenager who's like, he's hot and I need to say whatever I want to say and I have no shame. Sometimes it's, I don't know, a grandmother who's like, I actually can't move out of the bed right now. My back is stuck. Who knows? But it's like, instead of shaming them, talk to them. Have compassion, see them through.
Okay.
Any
We love
thoughts?
that. My thoughts? I don't know. That was a lot to process.
I have been in
Just
this.
sit with that information.
Yeah. Inner spring. What did I say?
But yeah, so my relationship with with delayed gratification is fraught.
Yeah. And I'm like, what is a healthy relationship with delayed gratification? What does that actually even look like? Because also, if you have an abundance mindset, is there room for delayed gratification when you're just
Of
like, I can
course,
have
that is delayed gratification
that is actually, you're so correct. Knowing it's going to happen, believing
at some
in
point.
what
It
at
doesn't have to
whatever,
happen right now.
no control of timing or how.
Yeah.
I'm like, is delayed gratification?
Anything good is achieved through delayed gratification. Also, just knowing the amount of, and maybe my brain just always goes kind of more to like work, but just knowing how much time and effort and work and like all of those things went into that end result, whatever that is. Let's say awards, even for like actors and stuff, right? It's not, I mean, now thinking of the Oscars, right? A lot of the people have been doing this job forever.
Very true.
Pedro Pascal was almost gonna quit because I think he was like 40 or turning 40 and was basically, I forget the exact story. I was just listening to it the other day though, where he was still like not getting a break. He
Yeah.
was in things, but not making nearly enough, was still, struggling. And then finally,
So
with time, he got his first big break, then second, and now he is who he is. But that is delayed gratification and consistency and discipline and all of those things wrapped in.
yeah, you're right.
And it makes that win, whatever that win is for you, so much sweeter because you've built up to it rather than just being handed it.
I changed my answer. I have a very healthy relationship with delayed gratification.
Okay. Why now all of a sudden?
Because my baseline belief is I'm always operating in my greatest good. The universe loves me, is guiding me, and I'm never missing anything, always in the right place at the right time. With that belief, I have an idea and a vision of what my life is going to be, all the things I'm going to achieve, all the things I have, all the things I want to have, whatever it is, but I've always known and believed I will. Timing, fine. So maybe afraid, fraught relationship in smaller day to day things like I want a burger, I'm eating the burger, I'm not thinking about my waist. But in the larger grand scheme of like the design of my life, delayed gratification all the way, nothing is linear, but I believe I will achieve. Interesting. This goes back to in my head immediately. I'm like, that's inner thought. Like immediately I saw the conversation or the TikTok or whatever sparked this for me. And I was like, obviously mine sucks and Bianca's is great. And my friends are just like so smart and adult. And I am a toddler. And it's like, what? That's ridiculous. So through speaking with you, I have realized I'm perfect.
Right.
And I do nothing wrong ever.
Never.
Never. Okay.
What are you drinking?
This is a tequila reposado with this Publix brand strawberry pineapple lemonade. Gorgeous. I'm having a blast. I started this being like a little buzzed. I'm drunk. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I've made so much cabbage soup, and that's like basically what I've been living off of.
So you're going to be invisible.
No, because I put rice in it.
So you're not going to be invisible. Like, you're going to be invisible. What else are you eating?
Today I had onigiri and a donut.
Right.
And then yesterday I had just salad. No, it's called Just Salad, the place.
Right, because I was like, I have one of those here too. It's citrine.
And then, yeah.
No, but the girls who are drinking the cabbage soup, no waste.
Okay, well, mine is still very much existing. But I don't just have it by itself. I have to put rice in it. There's no way I'm just drinking soup. Matthew McConaughey talks about how he got in the condition for Dallas Buyers Club. Basically, he had to lose like 50 pounds in like 2 or 3 months or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he was having like 2 egg whites and basically just bone broth soup every day.
Immediately, I was thinking, I have never been someone. I think like in my 20s, I had put myself on strict diets. Excuse me. And then, yeah, once in my late 20s again, and I dropped like 45 pounds. Fine. Since then, the thought of going on a strict diet, back to the child in me, I'm like, I can't do that. Nor do I want to.
I don't
Life is too full. But then I thought, if there was $50 million on the line for a role that would change my life and the trajectory of my career, I've never seen a meat. I've never seen a carb. I've never smelled anything that I'm not supposed to.
I don't
never heard of it.
I don't know if I could do it. I guess I could. I just
don't want to.
Like, do I need to be having a croissant every day? No, I don't.
But the world is burning.
Right? Like, I feel like there's other things that are more important.
Like, back to that. What's the point of restricting myself when there is so much going on in the world? And it's like...
And so I don't think... I wouldn't say it's a delayed gratification thing. I think your question was better asked. Mm-hmm. Not to correct your question.
No. I love this thing. Help me.
Relationship with immediate gratification. Because, fine, I mean, I understand it's basically the same thing, right? But even with options for delayed gratification, I will always choose immediate gratification.
Right. If I can, yeah.
Even in terms of life, if someone were to say, tomorrow you will be like a millionaire and never have to work a day in your life again, amazing. I want that tomorrow, not 20 years from now. Thank you. So I prefer immediate gratification, and I can do that through my day-to-day purchases, needs, wants, desires, etc.
Right.
But on the things that I cannot control, obviously I can't control that. I will get it when I get it.
And my relationship with not being able to control that is positive. Do you see where I'm going here?
And also, what's your relationship with control?
That's fucked.
Right.
No, that one. Okay, my therapist said something to me, and like, I need to have her on at some point
It's
because I
hilarious.
reference her.
No, because you know when someone has started therapy when they're like, every word is my therapist said.
It's been 3 years.
I know, but you took a break.
When is it gonna end? It's true. My break was like literally okay, it doesn't matter.
What did she say?
She helped me realize, okay, I learned from somewhere. Okay, it was my therapist, sorry. She helped me realize that even the way that I was showing up in certain relationships was a form of control, right? Like
you controlling them.
you
Or, like, the
controlling
relationship.
how you controlling the relationship, you controlling them staying, you controlling the perception of how they see you, you controlling what role you play in their life based on how you show up, knowing you're not showing up 100%, knowing you're not being 100% honest, knowing you're putting their feelings before yours, whatever the situation may be. But if you're conscious of the fact that you're doing that, then that is a form of control. That shook a lot up for me, where I was like, oh, if I am just 100% myself, say what I'm thinking, do what I'm feeling, listen to my inner voice, move that way, then wherever the cookie crumbles, it will crumble and it will always be for my greater good. Stop trying to control who stays and who leaves. So my relationship with control ebbs and flows. Right now in the situation that I'm in, which we've talked about, especially with living at the house, so much is at my parents' house. So much is out of my
Right.
control. So much is out of my control. Going back to the routines, without my routines, small things will set me off and I will spiral. So it goes hand in hand, knowing that there will be things in your day every single day that you can't control. You can control yourself, putting in the practices to know that you will have a proper response or keep yourself from going in the deep end, down the deep end. Then my relationship with control is amazing and I'm perfect.
And it all comes back to that every time. Because exactly.
Don't ask me.
Meanwhile, there is a full-on concert suddenly happening
Yeah.
outside my window. Like,
I can
my
hear
place
that.
is shaking. I don't understand. There's some Puma activation or something that I saw earlier. And I thought they were wrapping up. I didn't realize they were rolling out. There's a concert happening. I can hear the person on the stage.
Do you know who's performing?
No. I didn't realize that time of year had already started.
What concerts?
Well, outdoor concerts, yeah.
Right.
Here, because here they'll do like whatever every certain days of the week. They have different programming happening and whatnot outside.
God forbid. The way that you roll your eyes at programming is hilarious.
Well, because
we're trying to record a podcast here.
Right.
Hello.
Like,
Hello.
where am I supposed to go if I can't go home?
If you can't go to Bella Noche's, where can you go? Do you know what? Right. Okay.
No, I don't know, but I'm going with it.
Okay. Jaffiel.
Exactly. So, Wuthering Heights.
Please. Thoughts, opinions, top to bottom.
The abridged version is...
Love the word abridge. Abridge?
Abridged.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. It's fine. Okay. The book is... I don't really understand. People are like, this is my favorite book. I'm sorry. It is not a romance. It is so toxic. The relationships are so toxic. Either A, you've never been in a toxic relationship and you're romanticizing the toxicity, or you haven't grown from it.
Okay.
Or something. Like, I don't know.
Clock it.
But it is so beyond toxic. And everyone in it is terrible. Even, like, the narrator, when you really break down what she's saying, is just not... They all have things. They're also all in isolation for, like, their entire life. So,
right. Because I saw a TikTok of, like, where in the world this takes place. And it is dreary and it is gloomy and
it's dreary, it's gloomy, the houses are far from each other, they're far from the nearest town, like...
Okay.
These people basically only see those that live in their household their entire life, unless you're probably a man and maybe you leave, but
Okay.
like not super likely, right?
Okay.
So there's incest. There's
Sorry.
there's just weird. It's just a lot. So the book, it's solid. It is interesting for the time period, and it is a well written piece for sure. But I wouldn't say it's like my favorite book in the world, right? Fine. The movie strips everything that makes the book deep. It's really not, it's an inspiration of the movie. It's not supposed to, it's an inspiration of the book. It's not supposed to be a direct copy paste of the book. That's apparently why it's in quotes, Wuthering Heights, for the movie.
Okay, right.
Because it's not really Wuthering Heights. It's like her interpretation when she read it in, I don't know, high school or something, how she thought of the characters and how she kind of escaped into this space. So that's what it's supposed to be, and that is how it reads. Like the movie, that's how it plays, is very like sexual, but not enough. It's not an erotica. Like it doesn't go as far as to be an erotica, but the marketing was kind of along those lines.
Yes, very much. Very passionate, very lustful.
It's a lot of innuendo type of stuff. Like a book is given to her, and in it, the way the angle is shot of it, the mushroom that pops up looks like a penis, or like everything is super phallic, or, oh, there's a rose squished in the middle, and when it opens, it looks like
a vagina.
Exactly. So it was a lot of that kind of thing.
It's a PG-13.
No, I think it's R.
Okay, sorry.
And it's like it wasn't hot enough,
right,
to be, and it also wasn't deep enough. The people who, and this is what I think, the soundtrack was great. Charlie XCX, great job. Setting was great. Costumes were great. Set design was great. It read like a piece of contemporary art put into, I don't know, a 1800s building, basically.
Okay.
Like the facade of it all, it had that framework.
Right.
But then the actual work within was contemporary art, basically.
Right. Okay.
So visually stunning on every element. Music, fabulous. But there just wasn't depth. Like, I swear that the people that cried at the end were really just moved by the music, because, which is with any movie.
Do it.
The music is what sets the tone for any movie. If you have a bad score, the movie is going to read not good, right? But I felt like it didn't go deep enough into the emotional aspect, nor into any of the romance aspect. So it kind of just didn't
spoil it for me? Like, okay, it didn't go deep. It's like the book or the movie is about, from what I'm seeing, the yearning of these two people.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
So there's yearning. Okay, spoilers. Which, fine.
I mean, it's been a month and change.
In the book, they grow up together, Heathcliff and Kathy. They grow up together. Chances are he's probably her brother, honestly.
Right.
Because her dad comes home with this kid, basically, from his excursion, I guess. So, and he's like a dark-skinned kid.
Yeah, I heard that in the book, Jacob Elordi's character was written as like a black man, or like a
person of color, which at the time was probably someone, was maybe, I think they said like Indian, or of Indian descent, or some other like Romani or some other nationality, basically. Different region.
Yeah.
An immigrant, person of color, is what he was. But chances are that this guy took in some random child out of the goodness of his heart is probably pretty slim. It's probably his child out of wedlock.
Yeah.
That aside, because nothing says that in the book, it's just assuming the time period, right?
Okay.
That aside, that they could probably be siblings. They grow up as siblings, and because they're around the same age, so he's brought into the house. Fine. They grow up. She marries their neighbor. They're all terrible people. She dies. And then there's a whole second act of the book of her child and his child with the sister of her husband. So their neighbors are brother and sister.
Right.
And Kathy marries the one guy, and then Heathcliff marries his sister.
Okay, got it.
And treats her terribly, like she escapes him with their son. It's not until she dies that the son gets brought back. And then his whole scheme is to make sure the child, who is also named Kathy, that both of their children get married, so then he can inherit all of everyone's property and money and wealth and everything. No, it's like this, it's the longest game. Everyone dies, and he is still on this mission to like ruin everyone's lives, have land, ruin all of these people's lives. His son dies. How
are they dying? Polio or something crazy?
Kind of.
Okay.
She just kind of loses it, and
the
other one has some sort of illness that he's like getting weaker as he gets older.
Right.
The movie.
Because how did we get to there?
The movie, first of all, and there is no sex in the book.
Is there sexual tension in the book?
Not even sexual tension. There's just like the yearning of like, they obviously love each other and they have a very toxic, controlling relationship, and they can control each other.
As half brother and sister.
Right.
Right.
And in the movie, it gets messed up because it ends before any of the kid stuff. She dies giving childbirth, basically.
Okay.
She gets sepsis. She loses the baby, and it stays in her body, and her whole body goes into like toxic shock.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, so that's what was Joy back then?
And that's like how it ends in the movie. And so he's like crying over her as she's dying. And I'm like, we didn't really get enough depth from them. All we got was like a bunch of half-baked sex scenes and like a couple of minutes of them as kids. Like, he gets hit once in the movie, and you're supposed to assume that they had this crazy trauma bond because he was so brutally beaten. Like, I get that it's implied, but like, we don't really get that.
Right. So viewer. Obviously it's not implied.
They like say it like, oh, did he hit you again or something?
Oh, again. Okay.
But it happens once. They say it another one time, and then all of a sudden they're like fully grown, and you're just supposed to like have this feeling of depth that, oh my God, they were so brutal. Like this trauma bond that we really don't see any of.
Okay.
So and then there's a whole affair plot line in the movie.
No, I'm with you. I'm here.
And that's where it loses me, because any of that tension immediately gets cut when they start to have an affair, because that like loses its yearning. There's no yearning anymore. So now what are we fighting for? You're literally having your cake and eating it too, and no one's arguing. So
right.
What are we doing here? The whole point is that you can never, it's like the unrequited love. You can never have each other, but you had each other. So
what are we talking about?
Right. What are we talking about? The stakes just came way down.
I also Googled unrequited love yesterday for the first time after Ethan Hawke's clip that went viral. And I was like, maybe I don't understand what this means. And I didn't, actually. Anyway, so I will say, earlier I lied. It doesn't sound like I'm going to see this movie.
It is beautiful. Like, it's visually a stunning piece.
Trees are beautiful. Like, okay.
But if you're between any movie this year, watch Hamnet.
Because watching her win the Oscar, I'm telling my family, I'm like, Bianca loves this movie. Like, I know this movie because of Bianca. Because if we never talked about it, I would have been like, what? Confused. Did you like her dress?
You know what I did?
Yeah. I didn't hate it. Anyway, I'm going to watch Hamnet because of you. I will watch Hamnet way before I watch Wuthering Heights at any point. Yeah, 100%.
That's fine. Stunning
100%. Okay. Yeah, and you untold me.
Sorry. I mean,
You're not
I
the
will
only
watch
one.
anything to just have the opinion on it. Because, like, and you know what? I was a little sad because I was going in thinking I would really like it.
Yeah, I was excited for this take.
Even with people saying how different it was from the book, I was not expecting a direct replica of the book at all. So that didn't bother me. What bothered me was I am very much a plot person, and the plot just didn't do it for me.
So, question. After watching it and having these opinions, I'm going to circle back to the press run. You had opinions about the press run. How do we feel about that now after we've watched the movie?
I still don't think it made sense. Oh, speaking of, I do think the casting was wrong, not just because of people's race, but the aging. He makes Margot Robbie look older than she is. She is not that old, truly. And he ages her up.
Yeah.
And I felt that way during the press run. And it bothered me because she isn't like, old at all.
No.
And something about the way they did their makeup or their casting or something, I don't know, but he just next to her makes her look older than she is.
And they're supposed to be similar ages.
Yeah, they're supposed to be similar ages.
Why do they not cast people similar ages? Because they're trying to sell a movie.
I don't know. And honestly, I mean, they only live in the book till they're, what, like 40? People don't live very long. So they were young when all of this stuff was happening. They were in their 20s, you know, like early 20s.
So, scale of 1 to 10, rate the movie.
1 to 10, I think I gave it a 2.5 out of 5.
Oh. Whoa.
On Letterboxd.
Oh, that's right, because we talked about this. You don't rate movies and books out of 10, you rate it out of 5. You gave it a 2.5.
Let me see. What did I give it on Letterboxd? Obviously, I gave Hamnet a 5. Reviews.
I gotta watch this Hamnet. I was so happy. I loved watching the Oscars. It was the first time in a while I was like on the couch with my family watching the Oscars.
Yeah, 2.5-ish. Visually beautiful and cinematic, but lacks depth or emotional impact.
I mean, a lot of the takes that I saw, obviously I was watching any TikTok that came across my screen, and that was the majority. I don't know if that just was my algorithm, but that was the majority of the takes that I saw. That it was like hypersexual, but that's not what was in the book. And it was just like a lustful depiction of one small part of the book.
Yeah. Hypersexual, but also, like I said, not enough either. You know, like if you're gonna go for that, go for it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird. Yeah, like in that sense that it just didn't, it pushed it, but it didn't push it far enough if that's really where it wanted to go and like the story it was wanting to tell.
Right.
Alas. That was my thoughts on that.
Thank you for sharing. I needed that because I was going to waste, how long is this movie? 2 hours plus, I'm sure.
Something like that.
It's a period piece. Yeah. No.
But some people loved it. A lot of people, when I posted about it, were like, oh my God, wasn't it great?
They don't have a Bianca. I do. I'm not watching that. It's pretty simple.
There are other movies out there.
Yeah, I'm going to see The Wedding. No. What's the name of the Zendaya and
The drama.
The drama.
I want to see
Gonna
it.
watch the drama. That comes out April
Zendaya
3rd.
has a huge year. She's in The Odyssey. She's in, I think, Dune 3 comes out this
Because
year.
I just watched Dune 2 for the first time over the weekend. Incredible. She's obviously, there's going to be a war. She's coming for Timothy's head, Dune 3.
I don't watch Dune.
It's so good. It's so good. She's going to have an amazing year. She's already married. We're never going to see a photo. Never going to see a dress. Never going to see a photo. Never going to see, like,
I want to know desperately what messages Law was getting that he was pivoting so hard.
That mouth got real shut, and he was like, and I'm just happy to be here because I almost lost my job.
Was beautiful. And then someone was like, how many messages did you get? And as he's walking away, he goes, a lot.
I just feel like he was so loose, and he was like, she said I could. No, she didn't. You just wanted something to say on the red carpet today. Me, as the next host of E, since we're saying things, whatever we want to say now, me as the next, like, mega host of a red carpet, like, that moment, thank you. Whoever got that moment, I don't remember who he was talking to. They're the only ones who got that moment, because then that was it. Broke news for them. And we're never going to find out. We're never going to see anything, but we're seeing that ring. She's wearing that ring, and it's modest, in my opinion. Have you seen it?
I don't remember what it looks like. No, I don't think so.
It's really, it's so them. Like, it's not gaudy at all. It's the shape of the ring. Like, I think it's to the side, like, turned. I'm seeing that setting a lot recently, and I really, really like it because it fits with, like, other things, you know? I can hear the bass of the speaker outside.
Ridiculous. I don't understand.
I'm trying to go outside in the streets of New York and party. That was also part of the conversation at dinner yesterday. And any of my friends who live in New York look me dead in the eye, and they're like, what the hell are you still doing in Florida?
I mean,
I know. So leave a like, review, share this with your friends so I can move to New York.
I was going to say something else, and now I don't remember, but it's fine. Are you reading anything?
No. I ranted about Substacks. Am I reading anything? I refuse to even read an article. Am I reading anything? I have books on my nightstand. I look at them every single day. I do. I read my emails every day.
I don't.
So, I read a lot, actually.
I'm sure you do.
I read captions. I read emails. I read...
Right.
Instructions.
Text messages.
You know, text messages. Also, voice note memos. Like, I read them. I read them. So I'm doing a lot, actually.
No, I hear you. It's just too much.
It's too much. I Googled unrequited love yesterday. Like, I'm doing a lot.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
Are you reading? I mean, the right question for me is, am I watching anything? And
right, what are you watching?
Oh my God, please. I'm obsessed with Summer House right now on Bravo. It's a perfect show. They're talking about any topic under the sun. You're watching a couple divorce. You need that for a good season. You're watching, like, some of the best reality television stars that we have, like, face their growth in their own life. Lindsay Hubbard, my mother. You're watching Black people talk to white people about race in a way that is so profound that we haven't seen on Bravo, a predominantly white network. I'm obsessed with Summer House right now. Also, Jury Duty comes back Friday. Very excited about that. Bianca, I'm not
Tell me
talking about
more.
this
What else?
I just got so embarrassed.
Why? What are the other shows?
Okay, so I'm also watching The Rooster with Steve Carell. And I feel like it's basically Michael Scott had a kid. And she's an adult now. And we're watching him parent his adult child. It's the same character. Which, I love Michael Scott, so I'll watch it. I watched Dune. Industry is done, so it's like a lot of my joy on a Sunday is gone, but Real Housewives of Atlanta is coming back. And that, I could have a whole other podcast about that. Like, there's nothing I love more than these women. They've gotten me through so much. They make me feel okay with drinking a glass of Chardonnay in a glass anywhere. I don't know if you've ever seen the meme of Kim Zolciak driving her red convertible with a glass of Chardonnay in her hand at a stoplight. Illegal, highly.
Right.
Chic, highly. So, some may say. So yeah.
Right.
I'm just like back deep in Bravo. But honestly, lately, I'm watching like maybe 2 or 3 episodes of anything like a week. And that's it.
And then what are you doing the rest of your time?
Fighting for my fucking life. Like working and then finally getting back to people that I was ignoring for 3 months. Like one of my good friends really did sit me down last week and she was like, where have you been? Like, I understand you're going through things, but bring your friends along. Don't be like afraid to tell people that you're sad just because you're happy all the time. Like it's, So I've just been catching up with my actual life and getting out of my holes. So that means I have to put the TV to the side. That means, sometimes you can't have time to read. That's why I'm not reading right now. It's because I'm just so busy.
You also tried martinis, or you're trying to become a martini girl.
Disgusting. Okay, what I will say is, sorry, your culture is not to be gawked at by me, and that was really rude. That was inappropriate. I'm sorry. I get the dryness. That part
Did you have it with gin?
It was vodka. Are you a gin martini girl?
Yeah, so how dry was it?
I don't know, but I could feel it on my tongue. If that makes sense. Is vermouth the dryness?
Could be dry vermouth.
Yeah, something just felt like it was like done.
There was brine.
There was like a finish.
Dirty martini.
She said it wasn't as dirty as she likes. Dirty means extra olive?
Dirty just means it has olive juice.
She said it wasn't as dirty as she'd like. Thank God for me, because I don't like olive.
But it still has brine. Like a regular martini doesn't have brine. What was that?
I think the podcast is over now. I'm on my sister's couch. 2 minutes, possibly. And also, all the light left in here. It just became...
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh,
the
martinis.
Brine. Yeah.
Yeah, so a dirty martini has olive brine, where a regular martini doesn't. A regular martini, I forget what it has. I know vermouth and either vodka or gin. And other thing, either like sherry, I want to say, or it'll have like lemon.
I hate all these things except lemon. But I will
like
say, I don't like olives.
Okay, well, I love olives. You can try like a pickle martini.
Bianca.
Or a pickled onion martini. Those are good too.
The girl said I need to try a porn star martini.
Okay, passion fruit.
Okay, that I will try.
Passion fruit is good.
But is that as chic as just like a dirty martini? Exactly. Because I drink a gimlet. A gimlet is served in a martini glass.
A gimlet would probably be the more chic version of
a porn star martini.
Gimlet doesn't have passion fruit though.
No.
So it's not the same thing.
Okay.
But a gimlet is, if you're not going to do a martini, I would say a gimlet is the next.
So technically I'm right there.
Or a Negroni.
Hate a Negroni. Okay, not hate, but like, again, it's the bitter. It's like the bitter, the brine. I'm a citrus spicy, not a bitter briny. I can feel it on my tongue. It's still like...
Because it has orange... And it has Campari, right? And
it's the Campari I'm not crazy about.
Depends how they make it. I didn't used to like them. I thought they were way too sweet, and they are pretty sweet. Not every time do I like it.
Yeah,
but when they're good, they're good.
I'm a go-to gimlet girl,
and it's a gin.
I like gin. I've had a cucumber gin martini, and I liked it.
Okay, yeah.
But it's not the same as having olives sticking out of a cocktail and being like cheersing with your olives and your like sharp, gorgeous martini and it's like a frosted glass and the whole thing. Like it's the look, it's the lifestyle, it's the aesthetics. and not everything
the
is about
aura.
aesthetics, but like it's the aura. Aura points up by 1,000, and I want that for myself.
With the sunglass.
And I'm almost there. I'll keep you posted
picture
though.
it in my head.
I'll keep you posted. I'm gonna keep trying.
Leather jacket, a martini, sunglasses.
Immediately, I'm like, I'm sweating. I live in Florida. There are no leather jackets. Wow. Wearing this thick sweater, and that's enough right now. But yes, because how am I gonna have a popping podcast and move to New York and not drink martinis?
If you move here, we can get a place together. And then that would be fabulous. And we can just...
Okay.
You can be the extrovert and I can be the introvert.
Yeah, because I feel like this is a great place to wrap. Like, what do you think living with me would be like? 3 words.
3 words?
Yeah.
Positive.
Cute.
Positive. Chaotic.
Yeah. 100%.
And I don't know if there's a word for, like, smells nice.
Bianca.
Like, I feel like it would be a pleasantly fragranted space.
Multiple different types of fragrances. Yes. Yes. Wow. Those are great.
Like, it would be clean. Like, the place would be clean.
Very. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, so for you, positive experience. I love that. For me, immediately productive. I'm like, we will get things done. Okay, I'm going on walks. We're going to yoga. I'm gonna be having like a routine and a schedule. And like, I'm gonna be a better human. Like, I said this to you before. I would be a better human living with you. Another word to describe living with you, I think, would be, I was going to say like intellectual, but like that doesn't make sense. But I'm like, you're like so thought daughter. Like, we are going to be, it's not beating dead horses, but we are expanding on ideas and thoughts. We're going to talk all the time about everything under the sun. Okay, I love the Sag. Like, we are going to unfold, unturn every corner, every conversation. Love that. 3rd word, spontaneous.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're a Sag. You do what you want. And I'm like, can I come?
Yeah, I'll bring the hobbies. I'll bring the Zen vibes and quiet time.
I'm the opposite to your side.
Be like, do you want to watch Peaky Blinders? I'll learn about Bravo.
Yes, and I'll watch Peaky Blinders. Wait. Heard it here first. I never even thought of this as an option, but like, whoa, my brain just cracked a little bit. Interesting. Okay, well, this was so much fun, per usual. Love you so much. Catch you at the next episode.
Fab.
Bye.